Hey guys, so I'm going to try something new because I'm in the middle of my clinic right now, but I had a minute and I wanted to see if you guys asked me any questions from my shorts this morning, which I posted saying ask me anything. So here we go. I have until Mary, my amazing office manager, comes and grabs me to come in through the door before I have to go see my next patient. But somebody asked, hi Dr. Kalpa, I appreciate your time making videos for us. I wonder if you could discuss filler migration. I'm losing volume in my eye area and I'm considering filler, but I heard about MRI studies showing that filler migrates, so now I'm worried about that too. So the thing with MRI studies is MRI actually only detects one kind of filler, and that's radius, which is made of a component called calcium hydroxyapatite, and it shows up on MRIs and some imaging. Sometimes you can see other types of fillers, but filler migration shouldn't usually be an issue. I just realized I have my mask on, because you are injecting it as an injector into different cosmetic subunits, and what that means is once it's injected, especially if it's over the periosteum or bone, and when it's injected correctly, it should stay there and not migrate. Now, sometimes if people are using the wrong type of filler and in the wrong dermal plane, it can move around. But if you go to a highly trained provider, they're going to use the right type of filler and inject it in the right dermal plane, so it shouldn't move at all. So that usually happens. You see migration when it's like too heavy of a filler, or a filler with too heavy of a G prime, like it's too thick and it's injected too superficially, it can like slide down. But anatomically, if you look at the face underneath the skin, there's different cosmetic subunits. There's like the periorbital area, there's the cheek area, there's the lips, nasolabial folds, marionettes, and the filler should stay and not migrate. If it's done correctly, if it's not watered down, if it's in the right direct dermal plane, and if it's in the correct subunits. And that's why, like in my office, I have all the fillers available for every different patient anatomical variant, for what they're looking for what they're trying to correct. And you never want to use the same filler like on everyone in all locations of the face, because sometimes practices that do that will get into trouble because they're using something like Voluma, which is made to be injected over the bone. They're using it to fill in little superficial fine lines, and then it can migrate. So I hope this answers your question. Okay, so the next question says, hi, I have a question about laser hair removal. I have some peach fuzz I would like to have removed on my face. I was told I would need to shave my face before treatment, which I am not comfortable with. Is that true, Dr. Capel? Yes, so that is true. If the peach fuzz is light and not pigmented, a laser probably will not work, because lasers need pigment to be attracted to, as the chromophore, with the wavelength of the laser being attracted to the pigment in the hair follicle to use. But if it's hyperpigmented or brown or black or darker hair in your peach fuzz, the laser will definitely work, but you do want to shave prior to your laser hair removal. And the reason why is because if you think of the hair shaft above the superficial portion of the skin, and there's the root bulb below, you want the laser beams to target the hair root where it's dividing with the stem cells, where the hair bulb or the hair follicle is. You don't want the laser to go to the outside of the skin where it's going to be attracted to the melanin or the pigment in the hair shaft that's above the skin, because that's going to scar you. You don't want anything outside of the skin or on top of the skin for the laser to be attracted to. You want the laser to be attracted to the pigment down below, so it's going to target the hair and make it go away, not hyperpigment you and scar you. So that whatever provider told you to shave, he or she is absolutely correct, and you need to do that if you're going to have laser hair removal. I know you don't want to shave, but you'll have a better result in safety first, right? You'll have a better outcome and a safer experience. Okay, next question. Dr. Capel, I'm sorry I have to do these in a live. I just feel like there's so many questions, and I don't have enough time to get back to your comments and do a video on each one of these questions, and you guys ask amazing questions. And if somebody has one question, I'm sure other people have the same too. And I'm sorry that I don't have a ring light, or you guys always want me to do no filter. So this is me no filter without a ring light, and it's all shaded and dark in this office room. But at least I'm getting your questions answered, keeping it authentic and keeping it real with you guys. Okay, somebody said, can you discuss the depth about the vortex water you posted on Instagram the other day? So yesterday I was at my friend's house. I don't know if you guys follow Symbiotica. If you don't, you should. He's a supplement. He owns a supplement company called Symbiotica, and they're very innovative in wellness and health. And Shervine, my friend, has this amazing house, and he had this water vortex mixer. So, he uses water that's only from purified, reputable sources, and then he spins it in this vortex to keep the minerals and keep the molecules in the water active as if they would be in live nature, like in a stream or, in nature. And it just, I think, activates the water and makes it more like how water would be if you encountered it in nature, not just like at a standstill where it's like in your hydro flask. And Mary's telling me I need to go. Mary, come say hi. I'm like, so, you know, sitting in like a hydro flask, you know, you know, if the water is stagnant, it can harbor bacteria, or, you know, the mineralization is not like activated. So I posted it because I thought it was interesting. So somebody was asking me about that. Okay, so I have to see my next patient, but let's just try to get through these last 2 questions. Okay. Hi, doctor. I recently discovered your channel and I love your content. I'm getting more active on YouTube, guys. Instagram used to be my jam, but these shorts on YouTube are really fun. They're like Instagram stories. I discovered your channel and love your content. Always very informative and to the point. Thank you very much from overseas. I was wondering if taking phytoceramides can really be beneficial to the skin or not. I recently looked into this and I'm taking 180 milligrams. Okay, so she's also taking astaxanthin and glutathione, which is great, vital proteins, collagen peptides, which are great. I do believe that phytoceramides, if they're formulated in the right way, can be beneficial to the skin. However, uptake and absorption is a concern. So phytoceramides, if you can get them into the skin through the GI tract, of course it would be amazing. I would say take the phytoceramides, and after 1 to 3 months, if you notice a change in your skin, that means it's working. But the hard part is we can have every intent to have an amazing supplement that would be amazing if it got to the skin, but for supplements and antioxidants, collagen peptides, for them to actually get to the skin is very hard to do, especially like, that's why I like the vital proteins, collagen peptides, because half the collagen that we take is going to go to other areas of the body that need collagen, like your, you know, your eyes, your sclera, your bones, your cartilage, your nails. And who's to say, how do you flag those supplements and those, you know, building blocks to go to the skin? Especially the skin, you know, the blood vessels only get to the, you know, to the reticular dermis of the skin, and everything else is by diffusion, meaning like your skin, you know, if you cut your skin, if you peel, you know, some dead skin off, there's no blood vessels there, right? It doesn't bleed. But if you cut yourself deeper, lower, you have some blood vessels, and the way that those nutrients and actives and supplements and the building blocks get to the skin is by diffusion. So to be able to tag something that gets eaten and goes through your GI tract to be absorbed in the intestine, uptaken in the bloodstream, and your bloodstream is like freeways and highways through your body. How do you know it's going to go to your skin and not go to your liver or your lungs or your kidneys or, you know, other areas of your body? That's the hard part. So in theory, phytoceramides would be great, but getting them to the skin through a GI, what we call a PO route, and per oris, which is a medical term for oral route, is hard, and it's hard to test that and it's hard to assess that. And so, you know, if you like the company, if they have good data and research backing them up, I say yes, but the proof is in the pudding, meaning if you're using it and you see a noticeable change in your skin, then that's enough. Okay, last question before Mary kills me. Okay, can you recommend a product or routine for aging skin? So yes, this patient's in her late 50s, and I'm going to do a whole post on women over 50. I'm actually over 40, so I probably will do it for one for over 40, one for over 50, and then kind of talk about different active ingredients to look in for more mature skin. But in a nutshell, you know, you want some type of vitamin A derivative, you want peptides or growth factors. I prefer peptides over growth factors for many reasons, which I'll get into in another video. But peptides and some type of vitamin A derivative and some type of antioxidant and vitamin C, preferably L-ascorbic acid. And then also, you know, sunscreen, diligent use of sunscreen. And so for my more mature beauties, my more mature patients, that's what I would recommend. I'll do a whole video on that one because that's a little bit more detailed question. And hopefully answering your questions in a live is probably more beneficial, and this would have been too long for me to upload in a short, and it would have been probably too boring for me to upload as a video. So check out my lives. Love you guys, and let me know. Keep the questions coming. I love interacting with you. Let me try to figure out how to turn this off.